Welcome back to another episode of the Larry Ohh Show. This is a complete reshoot because I just messed up. We did an episode where I forgot to hit the screen recording, so we're starting the episode over. I might drop that footage somewhere. Welcome back. This is a podcast about FL Studio and everything music production related. We have a big giveaway in this episode like we always do. 5 winners are going to win a copy of all of my FL Studio courses. As well, we have a very special gift in this segment. In this episode, we're going to be doing a segment called Play by Play. I want to make it a little bit more interactive where we start like cooking up a beat from scratch or just like even just a melody. I feel like we try to bring up a lot of topics on the podcast, but it's kind of difficult to like get every topic that we think of and that we do in the process. So if we get a little bit more interactive with it, actually dive into cooking some things up here, we'll dive into some things that we normally wouldn't have in the podcast. Yeah, so later on in the episode, listen for that keyword or that key phrase so you'll be entered into the giveaway where you're going to win every single one of my FL Studio courses and you're going to be winning the FLP of this play-by-play segment. So whatever we cook up in here, all the 5 winners will be getting the FLP with all the stuff. Everything's going to be stock or samples that we pull from FL Cloud. So you're going to be getting everything that's in there. We don't have any third-party plugins on here. So you're going to be getting everything, all that information.
Make some heat with it though.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll do something cool where we kind of have submissions to with those 5 people. We'll have a big shout out.
We got to tap the community in for sure. Yeah,
I think that'll be a cool thing to do, man. I think that the 5 winners, not only will they win the courses and the FLP, but if they want, they can make something based off of that FLP and the sample that we create, submit it, and we'll play it on the podcast.
For sure. And we'll play it for a guest sometime too.
Yeah.
We'll have, you know, Grammy nominated producer be like,
ooh, it's some heat. Or, ooh, this is trash.
How about a BPM? What are you thinking?
120.
120. Are we screen recording that?
Like, there's red everywhere. No, not everywhere.
There.
Not there.
There's red on the cameras.
Bink, bink.
Not here.
Not theirs.
I'm feeling like chopping some samples up. Let me see. Sometimes I hear one and I want to pull it in right away.
Yeah.
What do you think? Keep going?
Keep going.
All right.
That one sounds good.
This one?
Yeah.
All right, let's drag it in.
All right.
We always do Slicer, Slice X. Some people use Serato. By the way, I love Serato. Have you ever tried Serato sample?
No.
Bro. Because it's meant for DJs, it's so good. Yeah, it's so good. I wish they did like a collab with Serato. That would be unreal. All right, so this honestly sounds like somebody chopped it up already, but we're going to keep going even more with it. I want to pitch it down a full octave. I'll go to stretch mode. Turn this to 12. All right, now for the chopping, I like to go to this menu right here and go to time-based and then go to beats. Also, so we don't get any clicks and pops, go to generic bleeding. Or you can use the new like crossfade tool, but it's just a little bit quicker for me like that. Because then you'd have to like highlight everything and crossfade just a little bit. Generic bleeding just puts it on the whole thing for me still. So what I like to do is maybe go to this grid. I'll go to beat. That way nothing messes up. And then every other one, I'm just going to drop down. It's just easier to see like this. Kind of stupid to do this, but just makes it easier for me to see. And then I'll just take like random ones. I'll take one over here and just drop them down into this track number 7 down here. Just completely randomize it.
This is the old AI randomized tool.
Yeah. Change the grid. I want some faster chops here. Oh, damn, I got it on stretch mode. I always do that.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Turn it off stretch mode, undo. There should be something else that says like something bigger somewhere that lets you know you're in stretch mode. Because you know, if you do that to like a long audio clip, it takes forever sometimes to do it and then undo it.
I'm going to make you think about what you did.
Yep. Copy and paste that over. And then I think I want like another stutter here at the beginning of this one. Dun, 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 dun. I want like a triplet there. So I'll go to a triplet grid, just go to 3 and then do a little triplet action here. And then maybe here as well. Listen to the metronome so you can kind of.
There you go.
I kind of like that.
Why don't you try consolidating this?
Yeah, I'll throw it into a mixer track, arm it to record, Alt R and start.
Look at that. It's like we've done this before.
I'm getting deja vu over here. And then here's a little shortcut some people don't know. They ask me like what the hell I just did. If you are using a regular mouse and you double click and hold on the second click, like double click right click though. So double click on the right button and hold the second one, it turns it into the mute tool. And I'll just drag it and mute that whole line right there real quick. I have a feeling you might want to do something with these.
yeah, I might.
And sometimes I'll normalize this and then put it in its own mixer track because we're probably going to use different ones. All right, I like that. You want to jump in?
Let's do it.
All right, let me spin this around.
Turn the beat around,
Destroying.
right?
You mentioned something last week, I think you said, imagine if we have like a crazy contraption where the laptop is sitting on and you can just spin it. You'd have to configure the wires in a way where they don't get tangled up in there. All right, gross beat.
Good old gross beat.
Momentary. Gross beat.
I like to like hit a little half speed. That sounds cool and all, but I'll just like turn the output down.
Bring the mix knob back.
And all that does for me is that it just gives it something kind of like an intangible quality. Like you hear it, but you don't know exactly how it was done. Good old fashioned reverse.
Sounds cool reversed.
Absolutely.
Oh, with the triplet at the beginning now because it's reversed.
So what I might do is I'll bring that over, make unique as samples. So that way one section we have reversed.
Go reverse first and forward second.
Sure. I'm gonna go back to this original sample bit that we had and see if I can find anything kind of like remotely cool to mix in.
Maybe try, remember how I turned them up down a full octave? Maybe go back to that thing and go to, and reset that pitch wheel, the pink one, like the one where 12 is, yeah. Ooh.
I'm gonna toggle the metronome off with Control M. It's a nice little.
Yeah, I never utilized that.
I learned about it recently and I was like, that's smooth. I like that.
Yeah. I always just go to click it. I'm like old school with it. There's certain things that are ingrained in our brains. We just do the old way.
100%.
Even though it could be harder. Ooh, going mod X, mod Y on it.
Yeah, a little bit of this.
Little filter action.
Music theory wise, I don't really know what's going on when I adjust like semitone and all these sorts of things, but I really just go off the frequency and the vibe that I'm hearing. Like the thing with all the tools is that it gives you like a good insight into the literacy. You're like, oh, this is A sharp minor and it fits together like this. But with beats, I really just go off of like what feels right. You know, the music theory can explain what happened. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then this should be able to, yeah, it's on its own mixer track.
I think so, yeah.
So I want to go back into that Lux Verb. One of my old favorite. This is one of my favorites.
It has a good sound to it, though. I got to utilize Lux Verb more.
Y'all know I love this three band here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, I really like this section a lot. So I kind of want to have...
Oh, yeah, that's good, yo.
So I'm gonna spin it back to Larry, and we're gonna keep going on this.
You know, it's crazy, like when you.
Oh, but we're gonna Control S.
Yeah, save that.
We're gonna go. Oh, show cook up. Make sure you're saving frequently.
Oh yeah, you already named something like that.
Cool. Oh, there's already an show cook up.
I wonder how. So we got this other part where it goes out of the reverse. Maybe bring this over here as well.
Okay.
Maybe add a little bit of bass action.
Yes.
What you know about Flex having 808s?
I don't know nothing about that. That's crazy.
What you know about that?
That sounds pretty good too.
And they sustain because they were made with synths, right? Essentially, so they're not audio samples. That's a little hack right there. Like you want to like some good infinite 808s that just carry. Flex is the way to go with it. And I think this is like the standard Flex pack.
Now, are you using like scale highlighting or anything?
I just remember that I transposed it from C sharp to D sharp. So I knew that the root note of the bass, that bass line would probably just go in D sharp. And I know that in D sharp minor, A sharp is usually like one that just kind of coincides with it a lot, especially with stuff like this that's kind of not crazy melodic. You know, as a good secondary note, A sharp might be good to step down to. Like something like that. May go up an octave so we can hear this. Maybe just that. Maybe just D sharp again.
That's cool.
A sharp down there is still playing.
That's dope.
We can copy and paste just those notes that we put in here like this, and then shift drag big. And then if I want to change anything up over there, I'll change it. And I honestly like might not keep this in an 808. I might change this to something else, or I might thin it out to where it's not like low. You just get that like distortion sound in there, like a synth bass.
Yeah.
Thing. By the way, like or it's already in a mixer track, so.
Bro, like the hi-hat god.
He like a hi-hat god. Come on.
You know that video? Hell yeah.
And even go crazy with it. Throw like a reverb on it. Who said you can't throw reverb on an 808? I'm going to readjust the order. So I'm going to put the reverb first and then the EQ afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to switch this to a low pass and then adjust this.
And that's a good way to kind of naturalize that digital reverb, is to put an EQ after it. If you're ever wondering like how you can make something sound just better, put your reverb before your EQ.
We talk about like reverb and delay sends and whatnot and all that stuff, but like when I want to like throw it on the effect and change like the sound quality of it, like I'll just throw the reverb directly on it.
Sure.
Like stuff like this. When I'm messing with vocals and stuff, that's when I'll utilize reverb sends, because this is going to be a fine-tuned reverb just to this one sound. Like I'm not going to want to really
stylized.
Put this on, yeah, I'm not going to want to put it on anything else more than likely not.
I could already hear some kid putting some crazy drums over this already.
Yep.
So
I'm thinking about just like something like constant sound in the background, like one note type of thing. That literally. This sound could be changed to something else. Maybe try a higher octave.
I like that. That's pretty dope. It just adds like enough rhythm and melody to it.
Yeah. Sometimes that's all it really takes with
A little
melody.
bit of sauce, bro.
Yep. And then
People
again,
be like,
Oh wow, one note over and over.
it's like, yes, bro. That is
yeah,
the
but
vibe.
you have all these other elements that are changing, and when you add these like little things,
that is the vibe.
That's the vibe. And when you pull
Yeah.
back on a lot of these things, then that's where the dynamic comes into play with the beat. But you're pulling back on these sounds, you're stacking these sounds to where you're not doing too much. Because
Right,
that's the
hell
key
yeah.
too. You want somebody to rap on this, sing on this. The key is to not put too much in there.
Brother, you need to have a pocket for the vocals
Yeah.
and all that. And vibe is 100% the thing you're going after.
Yep.
Sure.
I'm gonna do like a big reverb here, right? And I'm gonna throw this high cut all the way up so we get all the highs in the reverb. And then I'm gonna throw the decay up and this wet up. And then it might be too big, but let's listen to it.
That's what she said. Hey, yo.
I might want to change this to something different, or I want to stack it. I'm trying to think of like a good synth bass.
What are you looking for?
Just something that's like synth bassy,
Mm-hmm.
but not like.
There you go.
I don't know how that's gonna sound.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know if I'm doing too much here, but just like one note.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds mean. It might sound good to just keep all those on D sharp. I might want to put these up, so all these notes all to D sharp. It might just be one of those beats where everything just stays in that same note. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Woo. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe the last note.
Yeah, I think so.
Just because I feel like it does need some kind of little switch up. So all these will just go to the last note, and we'll just, this one might go up an octave, might sound good. Yeah, this one might sound good just going up to this A sharp. Yeah. All right, I think while we're spinning this around, it's keyword time. Keyword time. Today's keyword and key phrase is you spin me. All right, today's keyword, key phrase is you spin me. Comment that down in the comment section here on YouTube, and you'll be entered to win this week's giveaway, which is all of my FL Studio courses from YaHelpMe.com. By the way, I never plug my own stuff. I got to start plugging my own stuff. YaHelpMe.com. That's where all the courses and all the packs, plugin packs, presets packs live. They're all on there. And then as well as this FLP that you'll be getting as well. So the 5 winners that win the courses will also be getting the FLP of this session. You'll be able to break everything down. All the stock plugins are in there. All the samples will be in that package as well. So you get the zipped loop package. I'll also show how to do that because some people don't know how to do that zip loop package move. You know that maneuver?
Right here?
Yeah. So that what that does is it gets all the session files as well as the samples that you used in there. So it'll lock all the samples into the same folder as well as the information from all the plugins and everything that you used within the session. So you literally just like click the session file that comes in the folder, and it just pops up everything as if you made the entire thing. What are you looking for? What are you thinking?
What I like about this whole section is that it's got like slow vibe, slow build. And so I'm thinking when somebody adds like a drum to it or something, it might be cool to have something that adds a little bit more for like a melody that kind of goes faster. So I feel like this could maybe work. Ooh. Real quick.
It just dropped in and just instantly good. That's why it's so dope in the cloud, bro, because it just like it will play as a preview and just keep looping with your beat.
So that's a good sign that it sounds good like that.
Yeah, try to speed
so
it up.
So if I speed it up and then reset the pitch, do something cool. This is just having fun.
It'll be like,
you know what I'm saying? Just kind of freak it a little bit.
Oh. Subtle.
What can I say, baby? That's what I do. I have fun.
And then you know what you could do, bro? At the end, to differentiate it a little bit, you could chop that up just a little bit. So it'll be like...
This is time-based beats. Instead of snapping it like that, I'll highlight every one of them. Just kind of go like that. Make it a little choppy for them. And then when it comes back all fluid like that, it's kind of a nice little release.
Yeah, there's a lot in there, but it still doesn't sound like too much, especially if it gets like EQ'd and mixed a little bit too.
For sure.
And just even leveled.
You could just drop anything in, and at this point,
that's why. See how crazy
with
the
all
cloud
this,
is?
yeah, with all this stuff in the cloud, like you're not gonna need anything in Splice. Shouts out to Splice, but we don't need you in FL, gang. No kidding, no kidding, no way. Not
it just works.
Not with the FL Cloud, baby. That's it. If you have FL Studio, this is like the best thing that they could have done for just like making beats and idea generation. This is gonna take a lot of other people out the business. Let's be real.
Try a vocal. You could search by instrument. Little back.
I'm already filtering.
I'll clear it. Yeah, maybe that's why. Vocals. It could just be like one random thing. We can let the winners like add drums and stuff. Yeah.
Woo. On the one?
Why not?
Always. I love it on the one.
And then it's not on the one on that one?
Big fan of that kind of thing. Like, you would expect it to be...
On the upbeat? Is that what they call it? The upbeat?
Yeah.
Because this one's on the downbeat, and then that one's on the upbeat.
This feels pretty good. I feel
think
like
it feels pretty good.
I feel like somebody in the comments or somebody from the community, a bunch of people from the community, make some heat with this. We're going to be sending this out to 5 winners. Maybe we even open up to more people. Who knows? If you like the sound of this and you wasn't a winner, maybe we can still send you something.
Or maybe we just do this, something like this every so often where a lot of people get it.
Yeah. But here's the hook.
Cool.
If you're one of the winners and you make some bullshit, all the master classes are getting taken back. Actually, no, we're going to give you 10 more so you can learn. But no, I think this is good for somebody to like add some drums to. I want to hear some crazy beats. Like, what's crazy is I could hear like some drill, I could hear some trap, I could hear some anything with this. So
it does have like that dark kind of vibe to it.
For sure.
But I mean, hey, you can flip it into anything.
Facts. Flip it into a hyper pop song. So that's what we doing, y'all. We making aggressive type beats.
Fire.
Spin that beat around.
Yeah, so we did the keyword, did the key phrase today. We did the beat.
You spin me.
You spin me. Again, like I feel like this is a nice way to show a different side of things and get a little bit more interactive with things and stumble upon things that we may not have talked about in the past on the podcast.
For sure.
I think that a few things got brought up that we haven't really discussed or talked about. So let us know if you like the segment down in the comments, as well as comment in the key phrase so you can enter to win all of my FL Studio courses from YouHelpMe.com, as well as the FLP for this session that me and John just cooked up. With that being said, if you want to plug.
ITS John Phelps on all social media. Make sure you tuning into the Larry Ohh podcast, you know, each and every week. We cooking up, we making beats in the stew. I like this format because I think that what it does is it like, we hopped in, we knew exactly what we wanted to talk about because we were using it right then and there. I think that with all the updates and things like that, it can get overwhelming.
Yeah.
But this episode is really good for showing people exactly like what we're using and how we're making beats in like, you know, 20 minutes or something like that.
Exactly.
So it's good.
Yeah, I like it. I like this segment. Let us know if you like it, you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or suggestions, let us know as well.
Yep.
And if you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and as always, make sure to share this with a friend if
You get me.